Okay. First, you're gonna spray down all the parts that are gonna be in the ponytail under the bottom. It's all damp because you're gonna put mousse and gel in this too. Make sure all this is detangled before you get started. You're gonna need some just hair ties. Okay. Any cheap mousse is fine. It doesn't, I just use whatever I have. And just put a bunch in my hand, look up, start pressing it in and back at the hairline. Okay, now rub it between your hands, look normal, and rub it through while you're pulling a ponytail up. And then you're gonna brush all this in. Okay. Now you're also gonna want a little bit of gel. You don't need a ton of gel since you have the mousse, but now I got more than I wanted. And rub that in same way before you brush it in. If you brush it in, it's gonna stay better. Right now it probably looks gross and feels gross. But all this will eliminate the need for a ton of hairspray. Okay, now we've got all this ready to be slicked back. These brushes work well, anything with bristles like this. First, I'm gonna brush it through like this. Now, we're putting this at the crown of the head, so I'm gonna make this a really high ponytail. Start by just pulling up at the back of the neck. I don't want to get in the shot so you can see what's going on. It's still not even high enough right now. If you can't get your ponytail high enough, have them stand up and bend over with their head toward their knees, and it'll help you get a high ponytail. Okay, see, I need more wetness right here. It's not wet enough. Make this ponytail pretty tight. As tight around as it'll go without complaints. I'm going 4 times around just because. High pony detangle. There's several ways to do this. They're all relatively going to look the same. I will start with, he's opened the door. I will start with a really easy one. If you have it, this is going to really look the best, in all honesty. Now, if you have one of these, they sell these at the Dollar Tree in black, blonde, and brown, and this works really, really well. This donut. Make sure we're still in the shot. Okay. You're literally going to put your ponytail around the donut and pull it down to the end of the hair. This will work really well if it's wet, but you're just going to tuck it. You're going to take this and start tucking it in itself, and then you're going to start rolling this down. This one's not the best one to do this with because it's an old one and it's coming unrolled, but then you're just going to keep tucking the hair in, and then you can kind of turn it too. Pull it back out, tighten it up, roll it, pull it, roll it, pull it. See, some of it's going to come out. You're going to get all the way down to the base, pulling it, rolling it, pulling it out, rolling it tighter, roll it up loose some, pulling it, rolling it. It's literally just a rolling it up and down until you get it down to the base. Again, this will be better if you wet the hair. But she's not gonna go take a shower immediately after this, and I'm just doing this to film this for anybody that needs it. Just keep rolling it like a You can use a sock even. It's the color of your hair. Cut off the end of a sock. The leg part of a man's sock works really well. Okay, then when you get it all the way down here, you just take the hair and kind of pull it around and cover any spots. And then you can pin this down, or you can put another rubber band around it. Not that this really helps anything, but if Emmy, I do this with Emmy's because she's got a really big, huge head of hair. But you can do this to give it some extra security, to make it a little tighter. Pull it around. You can also take these, they sell these anywhere. They're called hairpins. They're U-shaped. Sally's has them. I got 700 at Sally's like a couple years ago. You can, where it's kind of messy, you're just going to take this down, straight down, and then turn it and poke it up into the bun. You can also, with this style, you can use just regular bobby pins would work fine too. Also, if it's a little messy, it's okay, because I did not get a hairnet. Hold on. The hairnet is typically going to cover most of this. But when you're done with this, you can hairspray it down, or you could run gel or mousse through that. But we're going to want a hairnet that's like this color, the color of her hair. And you're just going to take it and wrap it until you get it pretty tight. And then you're also going to pin this in. So once you get that on, you just stick pins through this and it will hold that in place. And this is the easiest, quickest, neatest bun that I do. I think this is the easiest way. It looks uniform. Like I said, the Dollar Tree sells those. But if you don't want to go get those, I can show you another way. You can also do this. You can use this the same way. You can't do this if you have a ton of hair. But you can take these little donuts and just stick it on there. And you can have your child look down. So where this part is flat, you want this flat. Take this, move it all around, cover up all of the hair, all of the donut. Take a rubber band, stick it around, and around again, and there. And now sit back up straight. You've got all this extra. What you can do with this is get another, I'm sorry, Kinsley's in the other room being a crazy person. You take all this, and you can either braid it or twist it. I like to do a rope braid with it, really. I'll get around there to it, Katie. You're gonna go around like this and just kind of pick it up as you go, adding stuff. And typically, it really doesn't matter, braid it. Then you're gonna wrap that around the base. Now, generally mine's not that messy, but you're gonna just start twisting it, wrapping it around the base of this. And then you pin that. You can pin this. Now, once you get the hair net on, these are pretty much all gonna look identical. So, there's that. Now, my dog's being bad. Katie, your dog's being bad in there. He's getting yelled at. Same thing, you're just pinning all the loose hairs. And, uh-oh, I dropped some extras. Same thing though, I'm not gonna pin this like I would for the show. You're just gonna pin all of this in. Same thing, it's gonna look near identical. Once you get this on and wrapped around, see, it looks almost as exactly the same. Those are the two ways I like to use the donut. If you can't figure out how to roll it, rolling it does work better, looks a little better. And then you can, let me brush it out. This is a typical bun. This is what we did a few years ago. You're just gonna start twisting. Twist it and then put it up. And you're gonna take these pins, same thing, U-shaped pins. It's called a hairpin. Twist it, go down into the hair, and then turn it. Twist, keep twisting and holding. Down and turn. This is going to require a lot more pins, just because you've got to twist it and turn it and twist it, and the more hair you have, the more you're going to have to go through. Down and turn, push it in. Keep going. When you get to the top, just start going underneath what you already done. Down and in. That one's already been used. Down and in. That one's wide. Come back over here. But again, this is going to look near identical to the donut once you have this in. We get to the end. This in here. Tuck it up and under. And then, okay, you got this, same thing. I'll show you, it looks near identical. I actually think the other one looked better. Then again, pin this in place. Stick some pins through this. It's a little smaller. If you've got too much hair, because I cannot do Emmy's this way. I've messed my hair. I cannot do Emmy's this way. Her hair's too thick. Another way is to split that into two. I think I saw this from an actual ballet, like New York Ballet or something. Put this tutorial out. Like, you do the same thing, except you do it with two. You start with one, you do the same thing you did do, but you're doing it with two. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're like me. You're gonna have to hold this. Hold that. Make your kid work while they're doing it. Down and in. You're literally going to get this whole piece in, and then you're making like a, what would I call this? Something, it's kind of like cinnamon roll shaped. Okay, now let it go, because I got to go in front of it. Basically, you're going to have a ponytail coming out of the middle of a bun. I would have sorted them all out. Again, this is going to require a ton of pins versus the donut, which, again, they had a ton at, where did I go? They had some at the Dollar Tree the other day because I picked up an extra one. Okay, now you got a donut coming out of this. Now you're going to just bring, instead of going up with this one, I guess you could start right there, but I like to start going a different, not a different way, but instead I start going down. I start here and I go down, and then I start going around. And it makes a little, and then there's one other way you can do these buns that look relatively the same. Again, once you get the hairnet over it. Now, if you don't have a hairnet, I guess I can look. I've got a bunch of hairnets that I got with an order once from when I was, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough because I'm not doing this for real. That would be pinned in. This would be hairsprayed, and then you take this again, wrap it around, pin that on. There's two ways to do this, but you can do this with one or two braids, but I'm not gonna do two because she doesn't have that much hair. But you're gonna braid this. You're going to take this hair and do it in a simple 3-strand braid. And then you're going to take, I don't have one open. Yeah, I did. I already opened it. You're just going to have a clear or like a brown or black or whatever color hair tie works best. Little one. One of these little hair ties on the end so it doesn't show up anywhere. Then you're going to do the same thing. I'm sure you could do this with a rope braid too if you wanted. And you're just going to start going around like this and pinning the braid. And the only thing I don't like about this is it's kind of higher off of your head, but it's easier to get wrapped around because you're not dealing with stray hairs because they're all confined to a braid. Now, you'll just put some pins through the middle. This is the only part of this. You'll have to take this, stick these in, and turn. That's how you're going to do. You're going to go straight, almost like you're stabbing into their head, and then turn them. And that's how these U-shaped hairpins work. In any of these styles, you're going to stick them down, and then before you hit their scalp, you're going to turn it. And that holds it in place. And then spray it, whatever you need to do. And again, wrap this in. You can get it in tighter, looser, pull it off to the side, pin it down, give it a shape. Even then, it's not going anywhere. This is just a little higher on your head. Again, once you have a bun and a hairnet, it kind of, they're all gonna look like buns from the audience. But yes, if you have too much hair to do this, you can do the same exact thing, but with 2 braids and wrap them around each other again. And those are the ways that you can do a ballet bun.